it is a crash that has bent everybody.
Then it means he will whip out.
Exactly.
So
okay.
MC, the call started coming, and you see one thing about those in abroad is that when something happens in the country, they would be calling in
to verify.
To even sometimes they will be telling you what has happened.
They get the information quick because of social media.
So the calls were coming in. So I started going through my internet and calling people to ask. So I reached out to one of the aides of Honorable Muntaka, and he told me no, he's in the office. So when he said he's in the office, I was a little bit relaxed at that point. So I reverted back to them and told them no, Muntaka is safe. And the story of Omani Buama started coming up. In a meeting, then people also started having the alert. So you saw the demeanor in the meeting, everything was dying away.
Yeah.
Everything was dying away.
Look at how Amakofi reacted when Frank Amakohini broke the news to him.
So one of the things that got me down was that someone also called and said, he's been told that the regional minister was part of the See, I was like, this can't be.
And I'm sure, but for the fact that he was already in the region, he would have joined them to go.
Exactly. But see, human life. And yesterday I was telling someone that we need to get to know why it happened. What was wrong with the aircraft?
The Bureau of National Safety is asking that if it would even take an international agency to come and assist in giving us proper investigation that will give us the reason why this was caused, we should do.
Exactly. MC, and I don't think the point that we've got into, some comments at this point,
it's necessary.
Yesterday, how do you call him? Franklin Kujo. Made a post.
Imani
made a post that if all the monies that were generated in the last 8 years was used to develop the Kumasi Accra route, this wouldn't have happened. And I was like, wow.
You can't predict.
Exactly.
Diego Jota had an accident on one of the best, roads in the world.
With one of the luxurious cars in the world.
Lost his life.
And who said that even if the route from Accra to Kumasi was that good, the minister would prefer to drive 2 hours whilst he could fly for
less than
30-40 minutes to get to Obuasi, when he knows that he wasn't scheduled for, but it was a delegation. Probably he would even have been told that morning. How would you even know? So I think some of these commentaries, it is not necessary. Yes, investigations, very, very, very necessary. I support it 1,000 times. But let's put that narrative. If, excuse me to say, the NPP decides to take the life of Mani Buama, will his position be given to an NPP man?
This is the non-starter.
What would the NPP get from that? And yesterday, the ambassador, is it the ambassador or the envoy to UK, Zita Benson, also went to Facebook to write that the partisanship in the military. Sometimes when the nation gets to this point, we should think of our culture. You see, we have a culture that even if armed robbers die, even if criminals die,
we don't say bad things.
Say good about them.
Yes.
If you can't say good about them, you keep
just mute. Yeah.
We beg them. So when they decide to take that tangent, then yesterday I called a brother. He posted on his wall that one of the demonstrations that the NDC organized, and they were singing Kunana do my rade kunana do my by Samijan Fiam. And I told him it is not necessary.
Those are just political
the taker
gimmicks.
and giver of life is God and God alone. He does that at his will and discretion that we don't have any knowledge about. We cannot question. So me thinking or praying that someone should die is not the thinking of God, or someone wishing I am dead is not the thinking of God. If it so happens, it doesn't mean, or it is not the doing of that or the thinking of that person, but that is the will of God for my life. So I think, all said and done, it is difficult in these situations. As a nation, let's eschew this extreme partisanship. Let's embrace our culture as Ghanaians, as the people that we are, beyond politics. You see, last time on that Obogu incident, I was telling someone yesterday that the nation was so silent on that.
Yeah.
Lives of, is it 16 or
15?
15 young men and women, young boys and girls, and we were so silent about it, and no one seemed to care. They were buried in the last 2 weeks, and the nation, the state, the government was so silent about it, which I think wasn't right. And a religious believer or a believer in spirituality, I think it isn't right. The state must do something about it. The state must comment about it. The state must find a way to talk about or to deal with that issue. The lives of those 15 children. I think the state must take interest in that thing. Both political parties, the NDC, the NPP. I didn't even cite a statement from the NPP. I think it isn't right. That thing, the nation should look at it again. The lives of those 15 children. As a believer, a religious believer, and a believer of spirituality, I think the nation, we must look at the lives of the 15 children who perished in Obogu and do something about it. MC, that is all that I will say for now.
Let me come back to Moro on this one. It has happened currently. What should we do? I know the vacuum, the space will be filled, but as to whether the vacuum will be properly filled, only time will tell. So let's hear from you.
Thank you. Let me commend, the minority in Parliament for, their position on this particular matter. But then the problem has been our own people down here. Some communicators of the NPP and so on and so forth. I've just sent you a video of Akpalo on One2Me TV, and certainly One2Me TV is affiliated to NPP. For that matter, NPP's regional chairman, and their commentary from these people, especially Akpalo, it's not something we should entertain. We can do politics with everything, but not to this extent. I want to repeat the things Akpalo and some MPP communicators have said or are saying. It is not going to be palatable to especially those who have lost their loved ones. It's very important we treat it personal, because it's a personal issue. The NDC mourned our brother who was the deputy finance minister, who also doubled as the MP for Ajuso. Honorable Dr. John Kumo.
Yeah.
And we even decided not to contest. in his memory. We have mourned our brothers from the other side. It is cultural, like my brother is saying. But then if you have elements in the NPP trying to paint a picture as if the NDC is, sacrificing people for, political power, and Apollo also trying to downplay the effects of losing these heroes, fallen heroes, who are serving the nation, is something we shouldn't encourage. It is something that should not be coming from people like Apollo, and wherever he is, I'm very sure he slept over it. I understand he made this commentary yesterday. He should have some regrets and probably apologize to the family, especially not to NDC. It is not a matter of NDC MPP. That is why I brought in the minority.
That's true.
The minority represent a larger society of the MPP because the people's representatives sent them there. The majority of them were the MPP. And I've seen statements from the former flag bearer.
Baumia.
Exactly. Which indicates to the fact that we are all mourning our brothers.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to the former president.
The minority caucus as well.
Exactly. So Akwalu, I beg you. We are all in this business of politicking. But this is not a business of politics. It is beyond it. Let's shift from, trending and all that stuff for purpose of business. I mean, if you're a political entrepreneur, it shouldn't extend to where,
someone had that.
Incite emotions. I mean, that is not fair. To talk of the vacuum that has, been placed, I'm very sure the Constitution and for that matter, conventions have clearly indicated that the deputy, minister will act in the meantime. And I'm very sure he got the opportunity to study his boss for some time now. I think it is beyond 5 months since they were, appointed. And I pray that he has that, energy. Somebody that you were working with all of a sudden, they will come and tell you that he's no more. It is not easy to take it. So I will pray our own brother Bridget and Fee to have that, energy and courage. And I know him, he's a courageous person, even though there are limits to everything. I will urge him to, get that courage and then act until such a time that the president will bring him a substantive one, or better still, if he's going to be maintained, then so be it. There is another by-election at Tamale Central.
That's true.
Honorable Muntala didn't start his political career or the MP, business at Tamale Central.
Yeah.
He was once an MP at Nanton before he moved in to Tamale Central because then MP, Imusa Fusini, decided not to contest. So he replaced Inusa Fusini, and he is a wonderful person to the people of Tamale Central. Somebody that was, having that delegation to go and solve a problem at his constituency that happened recently, I think 6 days ago. some constituents attacked an ECG, worker. So they decided to put off the light for some days, I think 3 days or so. So he has to put up a delegation of, elders to go and plead on their behalf so that they put on back the light and then come back to work for Madagana and for that matter Tamale Central, the residents that were affected. And all of a sudden you hear that it's no more. And the circumstances that took his life, it wasn't, initially part of the plan of the people that were supposed to be on board the Z9?
Yeah, Z9
helicopter.
I'm sure it's the reason why Muntaka couldn't control himself.
Exactly.
More or less, he has exchanged his life with him.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And it is like that. My mother was narrating a story to me about my elder brother. He's a senior lecturer at Tech, Dr. Yaba Yakubu Ali, social sciences, wherever he is, I greet him. That when he was young, they missed a bus that they were supposed to travel with. They had already bought the ticket. And so when my mother was in the car, my senior brother wanted to ease himself. So they decided to go to where they can find some. It was a very far place. When they came back, the bus had already left. They had replaced somebody. She was very furious because those times you would have to wait for another bus the next day. So they came home only to come and receive the news that the bus that they missed had an accident and there was no survivor.
It ever happened to me during the COVID era. I was going to Dunkwao, and just around Kochi area, there were police officers who were then tasked to search the cars to see if people are adhering to the COVID protocols. On the day I had my nose mask on, but I decided to put it under my chin instead of my nose. So the police officer stopped the car and then he pulled me out together with some 2 others. So I more or less wanted to show that I know my right. As a police officer, you should be interested in enforcing the law than punishment. So you should have drawn my attention that put it on well. Because of what I said, he said I'm trying to challenge him. So he asked me to get down, and then the car left. So I took a different car. I got to just after Arian Quanta to the Obuasi Arian Quanta stretch. The car had gotten a serious accident and it wasn't a good thing.
It was your angel rather than your fighting mate.
When he said I shouldn't join the car, I didn't challenge. On any day I would have challenged it, but I just kept quiet.
So my father has an attitude. I'm not cutting. My father has an attitude that the one that he quarrels with, and
he likes more.
No, the extreme anger got out of him. That this guy, I should have killed him. He will leave himself about 4 days and reflect. Look, I'll go and look for this guy. He will be my best friend.
Yeah. The person who you are for your first engagement, you quarrel with him.
You quarrel with him, and the anger that came.
He stands to be your best friend.
He stands to be your best friend.
Yeah, because on the first engagement, if he's able to poise out how
you understand,
he's an honest and genuine person.
You understand. So you see, there are certain encounters that actually will save you from probably there for any harm in any way. The accident that you were talking of, maybe no life was lost, but the injured,
a lot of them got injured seriously.
You understand? And the kind of problem that comes with injury. At times when you are there, you are better off than being injured.
It's better you die than being injured.
Many people will be in a wheelchair for so many years because of accident and so on and so forth. So Muntala, May his soul rest in peace. As for all Muslims, we understand it in that perspective. We don't question Allah when it is, like that. I'm very sure whoever that will place Muntala will do a good job. I used to listen to him. The young men that were close to him, normally when he goes to the constituency, he was very Islamic.
Yeah.
He gather people and he will be preaching. Look, if I take a dime that doesn't belong to me, I know I will account for it.
Yes. I think I have that voice. I'll drop it.
I will account for it. And interestingly, when they were putting it on social media, he was surprised. Wow. And he was so honest. He may have his flaws, but if he will tell you I want to beat you, he will tell you I want to beat you.
Exactly.
Not that he will tell you I want to beat you and he's beating you. I have never seen him beating anybody. But he was so honest. I used to call him the political Shatawali.
Yeah.
He will pour it out. So whoever will place him, I'm sure he has a big shoe to fill. But certainly he will get somebody that will fill in. Like we always say, the Kida will go and the Kida will come. But the revolution will still, remain. It means life continues. And then Honorable Samuel Sapon.
Yes. Many, including media personnel, I haven't met him before, have talked positive about him.
You should have met him. He calls me Penny. Now, you see me now, baby, I say, of us, I let you. Oh, tell me when baby, I say now, 10 years when baby, I say, crowd there also. Tia Mumpire, man. Then he will send you something. He doesn't talk like that. He's somebody that will call you randomly. And when you see that call, it comes with something, so you are always happy. I'm not saying that certain calls that doesn't come with financial,
Let's listen to Muntala on this one.
If you are an MP, wallahi, and you take a dime on that constituency and chop it on the day of judgment, you will account to the people. You won't. And that is one thing many politicians are not aware of. If you take a dime that belongs to the state or the constituency on the day of judgment, you will account to every single individual who lives in that country or who lives in that constituency. Will you be able to justify this in the sight of Allah? Will you be able to do that? The challenges confronting us in this country is corruption. The challenges. I am not a saint, but at least you do your possible best to avoid it. I don't have money. What I have, what I get is my salary. And wallahi, not a dime of Tamale Central has ever touched my tongue or bought a book for my son or my daughter, because I know that I will account for it. And our society today, if you don't have money, you have no value in our society. The moment you are given appointment, your family thinks that their lives have changed. The moment you have a small opportunity, people think that you must provide. If you don't have, they disrespect you. And that has pushed several politicians to engage in corruption. That pushed people. And I am particularly worried. I am worried for myself as a Muslim. And I am worried because which have I spent that I didn't need to spend? Which have I spent inadvertently or unknowingly that I shall account for it? That should be a profound worry. That should be a worry to everybody. But we don't seem to care. They don't respect you. Even your colleagues won't value you because they think that you don't have the money they have in this country. There are politicians who could not even rent a room. And then they are busy putting up skyscrapers. Haven't they been told about the death of other politicians? Haven't they been told that there are politicians who had it all and they are no more. That is something that is profound heavy on me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to play saint. Wallahi, Allah will bear me witness. Whatever I say it genuinely. How long would you be a leader? President Rawlings had unlimited power.
Is it the case that he was too good, that the Almighty Allah realized that he should have allowed him to leave? Maybe he would saw his integrity. So let me just take him right now.
And that is why we Muslims, we say Allah knows best. We don't question Allah when it happens. The only thing is that you miss the person, so you become sad. And that is what we are feeling right now. We are all sad. But the point still remains that Muntala, I learned a word in all that he said, that I am not a saint. I am not a saint. I don't know monies that I have spent that I shouldn't have spent. That's the day that I get to my maker.
Hold on,
I will have to account.
Madam Claudia wants to say something to this one. Madam, good morning.
Good morning, MC. How are you?
I'm good. It's rather unfortunate I couldn't bring you on time, so let me just give you 2 minutes.
Never mind. 2 minutes is more than enough. MC, you soup Ghana. Why? I am very sad what has happened. But Adia me person in Busa Kakra, dear, me say you too early. I then you did a bodies, no, you almost do a sacking.
We are patriots, and that is why we are supporting. That is why we have never been against.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did they identify the bodies or what? Because when I didn't even Google sack.
What was paraded at the Air Force base, I think it was separated.
No, but what we are seeing here, it gives a different picture. Because straight away there are no forensic signs on the ground, nobody there, and they are carrying them through the bush in sacks. It's confusing. That's why I want to find out. How did they put them together like that so quickly? I don't know. I'm just curious. But I'm so sad. So sad. So sad. Anyway, MC.
All right.
That's all I wanted to find out.
All right.
I'll talk later.
Sure. Seth, what should we learn from this experience?
MC, what I would say that we should learn from this experience is a genuine concern that as a nation we should show to the fight against Galamsey.
Should this anger the president to come up with stiffer measures? Because this particular launch that they were attending, but for the fact that some citizens decided to not be law abiding, I'm sure we didn't have anything to discuss about responsible mining if all citizens were responsible enough.
It's something that we I've not been good throughout since yesterday, so and I don't want to go, as you said, my usual tangent. It is a wake-up call for us to genuinely tackle the fight against Galamsey beyond the rhetorics, beyond partisanship, beyond trying to create a room for job for the boys. I think we should tackle the issue of Galamsey head on, and MC, the president should be awakened with this.
people have said that amidst all this and aside all things, the president should also take his spiritual life very serious.
Yes.
And
yes,
even though we shouldn't start the, propounding the theories around this, people have said that this could be an assassination attempt which has failed.
MC, I don't buy in that idea because I don't think the president would have used the same aircraft. Because the Z9 isn't the only Air Force plane that is available, and I'm not sure the crew would be the same if the president was even on board. So this
president would have carried an entourage.
Yes.
The president doesn't come with one or two people, so normally the president would have come with a bigger one and then use the road to Obuasi. But you see, this was an emergency thing. The president couldn't make it, and somebody who can fit in the shoes of the president should come and do that. An emergency at the same time, when you finish, you have to come back to Accra and then attend to them and so on and so forth. Brought about all these things. Other than that, you see, the minister would have come by the normal routine. You come to Kumasi, pick a car and then go to the place. And the lance minister, he came by private plane, landed and then went by. But this was an emergency thing that they have to do, and they would come back and attend to it. The Muntake's, thing was an immediate one. The schedule for his meeting was very immediate. The people that could spare some time were the people that perished.
Could it be that looking at how impromptu it was, the aircraft that was used was not properly checked before it?
I was listening to Madam Jantua this morning, and she was like, look, we play politics with everything. The jet, the president was like, why using the jet and so on and so forth. And the same Omanebu Ama came out to say that, look, the jet is not in
good condition.
Exactly, for use and so on and so forth. Look, it is a chopper that crashed yesterday. A smaller plane, let me call it. It should be in proper shape. It should be in proper shape. It is a wake-up call to all of us as a nation. That people that will sacrifice their lives, because being in a plane that is even safer than a chopper, so if you are not safe, me, I always pray I don't fly before I die. But I want to.
You don't want to
go on a holiday. So what can I do? Even if I want to go to Hajj, I have to fly. But flying self, a village man has become my problem. And I always tell myself, the day I will be, traveling, and I will be traveling by air, my prayer will be different. Allah, please take me there safely and bring me back safely.
What Moro was saying, you see, I've said this issue I don't want to bring in politics. When the former president, was using private jets, Moro mentioned the name of Nana Adjanto. The kind of comment they made against Nana Addo Dankwa
because of politics.
Because of politics. MC, I say this. Even yesterday I was telling someone, I am a believer of something. The president of the nation is the first gentleman of the land.
So we must do every investment to protect him.
Why is it that Obama was coming to Ghana and carried a cow, not one, his car that he would use, similar ones that would make people not to be able to differentiate his from those ones. He brought them into Ghana. He came with a private jet, his presidential jet, and a cargo plane that was carrying cars. But we sit in a country, president flies a private jet, then we would be calculating the kind of money that the cost.
Exactly. When you have choices, you see, I'm not cutting. When you have choices, price, priority, a nation. You are talking of America. America has their, priority, and the priority of, serving their presidents and so on and so forth. You have a presidential jet. It is not improper,
What did the presidential jet?
But the point is, if you decide to hire a jet that will cost us, we understand that will cost us 17,000 euros per hour.
How much did the jet that the vice president flew in when she went for medication cost the nation?
You can tell us.
Are we able to?
You can tell us. But you see,
our time is up, so let's take our final words and then we'll go. Let me start with you, Steph.
Consoling part or the bereaved part of what we are discussing away. I was telling you that there are videos of Sami Jemfi and co. Someone sat on Radio Gold praying that people's lives have been taken. Why is God not taking another's life? All these things we do not get the NDC to condemn. Sami Jemfi sang to the point that God should kill Nanado and kill Baumia for them.
Okay, I think we've had a very good conversation this morning. Let us not mar it.
Let me clarify something here. The fact that Sami Jemfi was part of that demonstration that we knew that he supports the song, the songs that were being sung. Please leave it.
I would want us to
again. Let me. If you see, equal measures are not good, but we want to bring that on board. The original communication director just recently on live television said that why is it that God is killing only MPs and it's not killing NDC MPs? So this morning there was this joke about it that look, maybe Preamble and co know something about the demise of Mutala because of the commenters. So let us not bring this kind of politics into it.
Understandable. Moro Yakubu Sefa Sari, NDC and of course NPP respectfully